This venue really lends itself to these cars. It's a great little amphitheatre to enjoy close competition, and that is what we're going to get this afternoon. If qualifying was any guide, we're going to have a fabulous afternoon of racing.
So for the first time this year, it's an Audi on pole position. 4 different drivers and 4 different cars with the 4 poles so far this year in the category. We're good to go. Race 1, round 4. The International Invader is on the pole. J.K. Vinay in the Audi, ready for a run. Can the Aussies beat him down to turn 1? Doesn't look like it. The Audi is rolling quickly. O'Keefe from the second row has made a great jump. Delberto's looking to get down the inside on Will Brown, but it's the Melbourne Performance Centre run Audi that leads the way through turn 1. The Frenchman is off and running, and the Aussies are fighting among themselves.
Elbows out for Dylan O'Keefe. He's made a nice start as well, fighting for second position. Doesn't quite have it at the moment. He's boxed. He's out wide now on the run down. That's given Will Brown a bit of an advantage. All the while, Vinay has bolted. Look at this. Bit of weaving from Martin left and right. I don't know how that will be viewed. And down comes Brown into third position. Little bit of a lock break. They don't want the Frenchman to get away here.
Remember that he's not fighting for the series. They don't want him to grab the trophy. They don't want him to grab those points. It's already settled into a little bit of a routine. Martin second, Will Brown next, then O'Keefe, then Delberto, then Russell Ingall, Jordan Cox next in the second of the Alphas, and Vinay a little slow on the exit of turn 4, and that's given John Martin, the former Formula 4 champ, a big run on the back of the Audi as they head to turn 6. The Frenchman parks it at the middle of the road, and meanwhile Brown's down the inside to fill the gap on the Honda, the series leader. He said he's not racing for points, he's going for wins, he's going for trophies, and he's got himself in big drama. He's off the road.
It may have damaged the left front as well. He's lost a huge amount of ground, the series leader. Has he got a puncture or something?
Yep, badly damaged. Left front is crippled. Will Brown, the series leader, we admire the bravado, we admire that he's going for the points and the results, but it's bitten him this time around, and this is a free kick for the field.
Good battle going, and out wide, someone's run wide. In fact, the Honda in the middle part of the circuit has gone off. Martin, is it?
Damage to the front right of car 24, so they're dropping like flies in the early part of this race. Major damage. Will Brown's limping the Hyundai around. In fact, he's gone through the link road at the final turn. He's shortcut the track from turn 3 in a bid to get back to the pits. Safety car is being called. Our timing screens have gone yellow, and the safety car is coming out here. It's off and rolling again. Safety car's back in the pits, and we are back to green flag racing. And it's the Audi that leads the way. He established a really handy lead on cold tyres. Can he do it second time around? He knows this car unbelievably well.
Will Brown is well down the order. You would have seen that before the break. This is for second position. Look at O'Keefe starting to hustle, starting to pressure Tony Delberto. They don't want Vinay to bolt here. Have a look at Jason Bright fighting with Leanne Tander. He makes the move. They go side by side into turn 1. But Bright will be in the perfect position for turn 2. And I said to JK, it would be nice to think that we could also maybe send our champion, our inaugural series champion, OS, for some racing at some point too in TCR. That'd be quite a cool thing.
That's the beauty of this category. You can take your car and race it anywhere, or you can jump on a plane and go and find a TCR race pretty much anywhere around the world. Cameron down the inside here on Alex Rouleau. Oh, contact here. Bright and Tander together. Leanne's off the road at turn 3. They were fighting under brakes on the way in, and we moved to have a look at the Cameron and Rouleau fight, and there's been some contact. And on board with Jordan Cox in the car that Jimmy Vernon drove in the first few rounds of this year's series. He's out for the weekend. Jordan is in. We will see Jimmy back, the former Toyota 86 Racing Series champion, behind the wheel of this car for the next few rounds. That was close.
Heimgartner, he must have a problem.
The Astra slowing. It is slowing to a standstill on the exit of turn 3. He's pulled over to the right-hand side, halfway down the back straight. Delberto has dropped the spot here. Ingall is through. O'Keefe is through. There's the Honda back to 4th. So I thought I saw out the commentary box window a change. So O'Keefe's to 2nd, Ingall to 3rd. Delberto drops off the podium to P4.
So let's have a little look here going into turn 1.
That's Delberto. That's what he did. Yep, turn 1 off the road. And it's the Frenchman who arrives on debut in TCR Australia and has street of the field. The Aussies will have to step up tomorrow. He takes race 1 at Queensland Raceway. Fastest lap of the race. Dylan O'Keefe, 2nd place in the Alfa Romeo. There's good points for him. That'll get him back to 2nd in the series. And Russell Ingall makes it 2 Audis on the podium. The enforcer, finishes in third. Sadly, Jean Carbonet is not with us today. Aaron Seaton takes the wheel of that car. He'll line up down the back. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. It's the Alpha on pole of Dylan O'Keefe, Russell Ingall alongside on the front row of the grid. 5-second board, ready to go. Race 2, round 4, Queensland Raceway. The Enforcer and the Kid on the front row of the grid, and the Alpha's made the jump to 1. Ingall slots across. He wants to cover off Tony D'Alberto. Oh, further back in the pack, there's drama. Contact on the way down there. James Moffat's involved. Alex Rouleau was involved in the Astra. They both managed to stay on the road after visiting the grass.
This is a perfect start by the Alpha driver. Nice work.
Out wide there, Nathan Morecambe, the Hyundai, going the long way. Sideways is Rouleau there in the Castrol Astra. There's Aaron Seaton in that blue Audi. It's his first lap at speed in this car. He's just trying to fly the flag for Melbourne Performance Centre, but great to have him in the field at the last minute today. Down to turn 4. The 2 left-handers on this corner, otherwise on this track. Otherwise, it's all right-hand corners. But O'Keefe's clear. D'Alberto next. Ingall dropped a spot. Now under pressure from Jordan Cox. Morecambe under fire here from Aaron Cameron. And the Hyundai takes the middle of the road. How are the others going? Martin's moving. He's already passed a pile of cars. Will Brown's moving as well.
That was my next point. Just watching the battle as they came through that final turn. Jason Bright is in the thick of it, and Will Brown looks like he's been able to make the move. Coming with him is Alex Rouleau. And Rouleau could have the inside running. Bright is on the outside. That's not ideal as we watch Leanne Tander battling with the 34 entry of James Moffat. That's for 7th place. And that's a freight train of cars. Tell you who's in there as well. Aaron Cameron, 5th place. Nice work in that VW you can see on screen right now.
And that's one of the cars from the Melbourne Performance Centre team. He started, he's out wide there. He's going to get put to the grass. That wasn't the place he needed to be on Jordan Cox on the exit of turn 6. But he started from the pit lane yesterday because all of these cars have an emergency fire system in them. You press the red button and it lets fire extinguisher go everywhere inside the car to put out a fire. The only problem was there wasn't a fire. He accidentally hit it. They got him out to the race at least. He started from the pit lane, worked his way through. Now he's in a fight here, right with the Alpha. But if he makes a move, he's going to have to make it a good one because they're all lined up. Nathan Morecambe, the Hyundai. Leanne Tander in the Audi. James Moffat in the Renault. John Martin in the Honda. Will Brown in the second Hyundai. They're all together here. This is good stuff.
Look at this here. Elbows out. Renault versus Honda.
Oh, touch there. Brown tried to follow John Martin through. That was for position. The Honda to 8th place. This fight continues. Cox has dropped back from Russell Ingall into the clutches of the V-Dub. Moffat trying to work his way back through here as well. He and Brown getting stuck into it. They're side by side on the run to turn 1. Remember, the Moffat came into the weekend 2nd in the series. He slipped back to 3rd in the points after yesterday's race. This is still going side by side to 2.
Love it. Brown's been able to get to 10th, but the mission from here is getting harder, and that's because he struck guys like James Moffat, who is not going to give that position up. Solid job by Tony D'Alberto. He's eked out a couple of car lengths over Russell Ingall to hold down that 2nd place, but it's on for, looks like up on 2 wheels almost. Look at this banging. And he gets it done. That's Aaron Cameron, 4th position, gets ahead of Jordan Cox. Well done at turn 6. This is him here, going left, going right against his stablemate in Russell Ingall just a short time ago on the actual air replay. He goes the long way round, so he can't quite get it done there.
Well, Aaron Seaton was floating around and ended up in the motor race, awesome. So you never know when you might get a drive.
Ingall.
Here we go, this is for second.
Yeah.
Side by side, the big beneficiary here might just be Aaron Cameron. You'll wait and watch and see because 2 cars side by side at turn 1 can open up the door for turn 2. Let's see what happens here. Ingall down the inside, got it done. D'Alberto's in the dirty stuff. And he knows because he covers off Cameron, who can't dive. And that's let Ingall get margin. Now, the big question, can he go after the Alpha?
Oh, and for me, what happened with Tony D'Alberto down at turn 6? Was it just a little hot, a little wide? Ingall in there nicely as well, and he was able to sneak up the inside, make maximum advantage of it, and put himself in the perfect place for the run to 1 for the weekend as we see Aaron Cameron get it done on the Honda. Up at turn 4, beautiful stuff, and moves into position number 3 now.
Here's a good fight. Look at this, down at turn 3. John Martin going the long way on Leanne Tander. Leanne's been really in the game here in this one. P7 is on the line. Martin is trying to take it off her, but she's been running really solidly in that spot in this race so far. Martin's next, Moffat's in the queue, Brown's lined up too. They haven't been able to get by this Audi. Martin's down the inside, he's got the move done. Moffat down the inside. Leanne won't be able to fight this one, and that'll open the door for Will Brown to get a run towards turn 3. So 2 spots back for Leanne Tander in just a couple of corners. She's going to cover the middle of the road, inside line here, and make Will Brown go the long way. Couple of laps to go. Dylan O'Keefe, 2 race wins so far this year, make it 3. The Alfa Romeo has made it off the final turn. Dylan O'Keefe fighting back in the carsales TCR Australia Series. He takes race 2 at Queensland Raceway. Great stuff for the Ash Seaward Motorsport team. Ingle second, Cameron third. So it's Alfa, Audi and Volkswagen on the podium. Final race of the day, Queensland Raceway, round 3. Ingle's made a good jump. Delberto's made a better one. Second row of the grid, the Honda will make it 3 wide on the run down at turn number 1. Ingle's in the middle. Delberto going the long way. The Alfa leads the way. Close start, much closer this time around. Ingle with the inside. Turn 2. And look for Cameron to get a run here, get down the inside and challenge at turn 3.
Tony Delberto is on the outside. He's not ideally placed as they run down to 3. Ingle moves to cover the hard-charging VW with his stablemate in Aaron Cameron. Great start by Dylan O'Keefe. From what we saw in the commentary box, the front wheels for Russell Ingle got a little bit of tyre smoke as he gassed it up.
Cameron's out wide, he's lost ground. Morecambe's got him, Jordan Cox has got him, and now he's in the pack with Will Brown and James Moffat. But again, second race in a row, Alfa gets the jump, Alfa gets the break, Alfa builds a lead.
So we ride with Jordan Cox in the other Alfa Romeo, position number 5 at the moment. That's Nathan Morecambe, defensive in the Hyundai. Then moves back on to what he hopes will be an ideal line through turn 3 here.
Good fight here. Brown and Moffat continuing the battle. Turn 1 awaits. Position 7 is on the line. And it's Brown's now. He's through. Good fight here, Greg. Will Brown is starting to get into the game a little more. Closing in on Jordan Cox in the 5-4. Position 6, we jump on board the Hyundai i30N. Dylan O'Keefe is our race leader in the Alfa Romeo. Russell Ingle second in the Audi. Tony Delberto third. Contact here. John Martin making a move on Jordan Cox for position 6. Contact on the exit of turn 3, and the Honda moves on through. The Alfa goes back a spot, and he's under fire too. The series leader, Will Brown, is trying to round up the Alfa just behind. We're watching him out of our commentary box window, and there is that fight. The 2 white cars, the Alfa and the i30N Hyundai. Leanne Tander just behind. Dylan O'Keefe leads 2.2 seconds. Fight for the minors, that's where it's at.
It's up the inside. Will Brown has a look at Cox. Cox keeps that flow, that momentum, that rolling speed through the final turn, and it works. He comes out back ahead.
Barry Hay, the team from Ash Seaward Motorsport, watching on, waiting to get home. A couple of corners left. Beautiful job. O'Keefe wins race 3. Ingle second. Delberto third. Morecambe fourth. Smiles all round at ASM. And so there should be. An Alfa wins from an Audi, a Honda, a Hyundai, a Volkswagen. 5 different cars in the top 5 positions in race 3 at Queensland Raceway.